Good day and welcome to this week's FriBaT, Friday Beers and Tools with just Andy. This week we've got another one of Brett's beers from the Miner's Den Brewery.
Miner's Gold Brewery, you idiot. How many beers have you had?
In Beaconsfield to try. This is the Ocho Happy Place. Very nice can. Happy Place is a 3.5% bright and juicy little hop banger, brewed with rye malt and bucket loads of citrusy hops. Sounds interesting to me. It was fermented with a traditional Norwegian farmhouse yeast, or kveik, which gives it a spicy, oh, I can smell it already, spicy fruity character. Then we added a pinch of sea salt to create a spritzy, refreshing beer. We hope it takes you to your happy place too. Well, it's Friday, so I'm happy. I'm exhausted, but I'm happy. Happy Friday. That has one of the most strongest aromas that I've ever experienced in a beer. Bright and juicy. That's a very good description of it. A slight amount of bitterness to it, but not overly so. It's, again, fairly balanced, as I've found with all of Miner's Den and Ocho beers so far. That is a really nice beer. I've been working outside all day today on my new property. You may have seen the other video. I'll put a link up here. And I'm exhausted. My back's killing me, my legs are killing me, my shoulder's killing me. That, at the end of a hard day's work, is bloody nice. That's half a beer gone down in 3 gulps. That's how nice it is. That is a 5 out of 5 for me. That is a terrific beer. Well done, Brett. Well done, Stu, the brewer. Thank you. Okay, as you may have gathered, this week we're getting back to a beer and a tool. This week's tool is one that I've bought for the purpose of, well, adding to my 18-volt Makita collection, but also this is going to be very handy around my acreage here in Tasmania. What we have here is a Makita 18-volt by 2, so 36-volt, brushless multifunction powerhead with attachments. This is the DUX60PSPT2-B. What does that consist of? Well, it consists of the multifunction powerhead down here, which, as I mentioned, is 18-volt by 2, so the batteries sit in side by side. It also comes with a pole saw attachment. Down the back here, and I don't really need to show you that box, is a shaft extension. Put a picture of it up here. And also a grass trimmer attachment with a right angle head, which is definitely the way to go. In the kit you also get a battery charger. It's the twin fast battery charger with 2 5 ampere batteries, so that's really good to add to my 18-volt collection. The mower did come with 6 ampere hour, but 5s actually run pretty well in that, so that brings my battery stock up considerably. Would like 6s, but I only put 5s in here. Alright, so this all came in one big box, which I have already unboxed, and it is now cardboard underneath my cheap car that I bought for here in Tasmania, because it leaks a little bit of oil. So I can't show you the outside of the box. However, this all came packaged in one big box, a little bit longer, and about that square. And I bought this from a company called Get Tools Direct, which is also has now just changed its name to tools.com. The price is pretty much the same as with all of these kits at all of the big tool stores. This was $869 delivered, and that was the one reason why I went with this company. Every other company wanted to charge me a delivery on top of the $869, so I said, no way, get stuffed, I'm buying this one. So for $869 delivered, free shipping from tools.com on orders over $99, which this definitely was over $99. I'm even quite happy for the boss to know that, because she was happy for me to buy this one. Alright, let's unbox some of it and have a look and see what it's like. Alright, let's start with the power saw. Keen to try this. Some assembly required. Okay, that's the bar. I'm not going to put it together. Makita bar. Only a fairly short blade, but it's a pole saw, it's not a chainsaw. You don't want a particularly long one. The length of the bar is, I'll put it up here, 40 centimeters. That's my guess. I'll put the right amount up here. Only comes with one chain, and it's fairly light chain, as you'd expect. It's a battery powered pole saw, so it's not for cutting logs, it's for cutting tree branches out of reach. Does come with a nice Makita guard, and holy smoke, the thickest book with 1 million different languages on it. That's amazing for one pole saw. Okay, that's the pole saw part. Second part is the grass trimmer attachment. But first, more beer. Some assembly required. Not as much. Comes with a guard. Always use a guard on a trimmer. It's kind of like a grinder. I know the guards get in the road sometimes, but don't take the guard off the grinder. Leave it on there. It's for your own protection. These are also for your own protection. That's not right. That's right. Okay, very short guard on this one. That's okay. Holy smoke, the same thickness. That's amazing. And a trimmer head. And it'd be interesting to see what Makita's is like. They generally are pretty hit and miss. Makita looks pretty good. I look forward to trying it out. Extension pole. Do you really need me to unbox that? All it does is extends whatever bit you've got on the end. And there are a number of, I forgot to mention, there are a number of other attachments that you can get. I think there's a cultivating wheel. Don't know how useful that would be. There's a, I don't know, I'll put some pictures up here of the other attachments. So that's just an extension, which of course you would really only use with a pole saw. And the main unit itself, the power head as they call it, which I guess it is really just a power head. So very nicely made for Makita. It does have a steel guard underneath to protect the batteries once they're installed. That's a very good touch. Double trigger, which is great. Stops kids from picking it up and just using it. You get a bag. You get a fun list too. And the most complicated part of all of these pieces comes with a book this thick, only in English. So I guess this might be just the Australian version. I'm not sure. What do you get in the bag? Okay, you get a handle. Okay, and you get a strap, which is very good if you're doing acreage's worth of, and that's for the handle. You get a bag. It'll make no sense to me, but anyway. Very nicely weighted. Like I said, double trigger action. Does have a speed, variable speed control here on the handle. Doesn't appear to have a power meter. And the final part is pretty self-explanatory. It's just the twin fast charger with two 5 amp hour batteries. Obviously, like most Makita and all of these other type products, buying the skins is cheaper. But if you're starting out and you want to build your battery and charger collection, buying a kit like this is actually pretty good value really when you add up the individual parts. Had I already had enough batteries and maybe had, you know, the power head and the brush cutter, for example, and I wanted to go and buy the pole saw attachment or the shaft extension, it would make sense to go and buy the individual parts which are available. I'll do another video with my still two-stroke whippersnipper that I have at home, this is now home, my old home, which is on its way here, will be, and do a bit of a comparison, I guess, to compare the power. As I was impressed with the 36 volt mower, I think I'm going to be impressed with the power of the 36 volt multifunction power head. Pretty cool sounding too. Alrighty, that's it for this week's FriBaT. Again, I apologise for lighting, etc. I don't quite have my setup as what I normally do at home, but it's great being here in Tasmania. I've done a lot of work and I am exhausted. Thanks for joining us. Like, share and subscribe. See you next week.